question everything. For the truth should not be televised. And that's for sure. So with that, when we look at the rap, and I always talk about it, the rap industry, this death culture of what we call gangster rap, do the rappers have an obligation, especially the ones that got millions of dollars and have had millions of dollars, have been multimillionaires for years now. Do they have an obligation to stop talking about drug sales and moving packs and breaking down bricks and stuff like that? Is it, I know it's in their right to do so because we have rights to be able to speak in certain levels of things, but when do it become wrong with them speaking about these type of circumstances when it comes to dealing with, street activity, knowing that they haven't even been in the streets for years? When do it become a problem when you keep constantly hearing, different types of criminal behavior being pushed through music, and do music have power? Especially when it comes to the Aboriginal niggas of America. Do it have power to move people? Do drums and beat have power to move people? And if it does, then is music sort of like a witchcraft that can woo spells over people, over children and young adults, as well as, everyday people? Because if so, then why do we allow the system to be able to push this type of music, knowing that the music can leave the people sort of spellbound in a sense of a psychosis that leads them to doing certain things that the music is talking about? And do the wealthy and rich rappers have an obligation to the people, especially the children, when it comes to the different type of lyrics they are using? Especially if the lyrics are leading the children into harm's way. Do they supposed to have some type of recourse for that? Because we know for a fact that some of these rappers, I'm not going to name a few because every time I say something, these people be taking the videos down. But, certain rappers been around for quite some time, and the ones, when do it become a problem with them rapping about breaking bricks up and doing crime? When do we as a people say enough is enough? That you have a responsibility to the youth to not keep pushing this type of music on the youth? Or do we ever hold them accountable for what they're doing? Because if music moves people, and music have the power to sway people based off of the lyrics that is being said, with the beat, the drum being behind it, that give you that adrenaline rush, that excitement within the body, that burst of energy and flair, and then the lyrics behind it galvanize on that in a negative fashion. Do we supposed to hold them accountable for that? Because we hold the outcome accountable for it, and that's what's played out after hearing it. But do we supposed to hold the ones that's actually speaking it out into existence accountable? And can you speak things out into existence so that it can manifest itself into reality? Can we do that? Because if so, then what are we doing, guys? Ladies, what is the reality behind these brothers and sisters that are rapping about all this negativity and violence that is being pushed on our people on a regular basis, especially our youth, our young adults, our teenagers, our children, and moving them to places that they don't need to be in? Not to mention the different things that people like we all know now with the case that, Puffy done been going through, and the different, accusations that are happening behind with Puff. These brothers and sisters look like sort of like gatekeepers and stuff to what's going on when it comes to getting into the industry. And are there rituals that these young folks that are becoming entertainers and pop stars and so on having to go through rituals in order to become pop stars and being able to get exposure to get this money? Are they being exposed to certain rituals and certain things that they have to go through in order to get this money? And if so, what do that mean for our children who are idolizing these people and watching these people and listening to their words through the music coming into their subconscious as they play out the music that they're playing on a day-to-day basis when it comes to their favorite singers and rappers and so on? Where do we stand with this? You know, just like my brother General Sarwar Sutanseti on YouTube, he talks about all this stuff. You need to check it out because he gets strong on it because it's deep. Because we need to know, do we supposed to hold them accountable? Because at the end of the day, I say we supposed to hold them accountable. I tell you all the time, if anybody's promoting any type of violence anywhere, then any violence that's played out, they're a part of it too. That's just the reality to it. You can't promote it and then stand behind the scenes when it plays out. That's not the way it's supposed to go. But somehow in this system, it's okay to rap about all this violence and negativity, sing about violence and negativity, and when it's played out by the numbers game through the masses of people who actually listen to this stuff, who is being promoted to, when it's played out, the person that plays it out, they get punished by the law, which is rightfully so. But what about the people that promotes it? The people that's giving the contracts out for the people to actually sing and rap about it, to be able to put it out in the airways for the people to hear it. What about those people? Why are we not holding those people accountable as well? See, these are some of the major problems with the system when it comes to dealing with, especially the Aboriginal Negroes of America, and the different types of crimes in the community. If crime is high in our community, then why are we allowing them to rap about crime and fuel that crime being pushed in our community based off of this type of music being pushed in our community? Why are we allowing that? We're talking about we want change. Well, we got to start at these platforms that are actually promoting this type of violence in order to stop the type of violence that is played out in our communities. Children only know what is fed to them. Their diet changed when they become adults because they learn to eat differently. But as children growing up, they're given the diet of what their household actually eat. And it's no different from the diet when it comes to the different types of music and different types of video games and different types of movies, different types of stuff that the actors and so on are playing. If that's being pushed in your TV airwaves and music airwaves and video game airwaves in your household, then that type of information is going through the child, going through the young adult, going through the teenager. And then when they play it out, we hold them accountable for it, but we're not holding the people that is promoting it, playing it out, and pushing it accountable for it. Why is that? And how do that work? You know, because children are innocent. They're born here with beautiful spirits. And they're just trying to find their way. And some come from good, some have better households than others. Don't get me wrong. Some guardians and some parents are better than others. Don't get me wrong. But we in a system that have laws that deal with certain things that don't supposed to happen based off of the laws. But the laws allow you to promote certain violence and certain things that don't supposed to be in the communities, that are happening in the communities, that we're not speaking on the promoters that's promoting it. We got actors acting out certain violence. We got singers and rappers singing out certain violence. And we're not saying nothing about that energy that's being galvanized by the youth and then reorchestrated into an actual action in our communities. And it's time for us to change that. We got to change that. Because if we don't change that, how do we stop the violence? If we don't stop the promotion of violence. And we see some of the crazy stuff that's going on with the mansion parties and so on with some of these elite rappers right now as we speak. We're hearing about it already. And our children are watching that. You don't think it's affecting them? Come on, guys. let's get a little more aware and hold these people a little more accountable for what they're doing.